Welcome to day 304 of our DeSo journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Brian. And we also have a special guest, Dennis H. Lewis on DeSo. He's working on DeSo Nocode, which is a really fascinating project we're going to get to in a little bit. How's it going, Dennis?
Hey, great. Nice to be on your show. Thank you for having me on.
It's our pleasure. So yesterday, DeSo saw a spike in the price. Brian, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, like not late last night, like around 8, 9 p.m. Eastern time, we saw it jump from $40 all the way up to almost $100. I think it hit like 99. And there's a surge of volume. So it appeared to be one big buyer stepping in, and it clearly drove the price way up. It bounced a lot and then leveled off. And then before it fell again, like early this morning, back down to the 50s, it's trading around $62 right this second. But it was an interesting spike. No clue what caused it. Some speculation. I know Ed has some speculation that maybe it was the Miami. There's a hacking event in Miami, and Alex Valaitis was there, and maybe that caused some people to say, "Hey, let's get into DeSo." But I don't know. I mean, it's anyone's guess.
Yeah, it's really hard to say. But like Brian said, Alex Valaitis was in Miami for Hack Week this weekend. And he gave a speech during the opening ceremony, and he also held a 4-hour workshop with developers. And he said many developers he spoke to decided that they were going to hack on DeSo instead of Ethereum or Solana. So I think that's good news. Whether that's what affected the price, maybe some developers saw it and wanted to ape in, who knows? It's really hard to speculate.
Yeah.
Any ideas there, Dennis?
Man, I've never had a good crystal ball. I have no idea. I only wish I was I only wish I was playing the market at the right time, but I'm just not a good trader. So I'm more of a long-term person than a short-term guy.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, and Alex was very optimistic after this hack event. He basically said that like it really got him excited because so many people were so bullish on what DeSo could mean, and when they realized how easy it was to build on DeSo, that a lot of them seem to be clinging on to it. So that's exciting. I'm sure we're going to see more of this happen as we progress through other hacking events, and we kind of turn coders, Web 2 coders, onto Web 3 via these smart contracts that are coming.
Yeah, most definitely. Also yesterday, I guess maybe it was this morning, Paul Burke brought something up that was really interesting. And people in DeSo know that DeSo has a set supply of 10.8 million coins. And that's what the set supply was from the beginning, but that was when it was on proof of work. Once we move to proof of stake, things are going to change. Now, you have to incentivize people to stake their DeSo if you want to move to proof of stake. And you either do that through increasing transaction fees or by through inflation. And of course, inflation means you're going to print more DeSo or make more DeSo and release it every year. So it appears that the plan from DeSo, according to Peter N, I guess it's Patern, per Paul Burke, who said that Patern said that the proof of stake will resemble Solana. So the way Solana's proof of stake works is that they started out with an 8% inflation rate, and every year that inflation rate's cut by 15% until we reach a long-term inflation rate of 1.5%. So if we follow that, and we're looking at 1.5% inflation rate, I think that can work for DeSo. It's lower than the typical inflation rate in the United States and most other nations. So I think it's still a very low rate. It's not going to be something that, there's so much DeSo in circulation. So I think that's good. Of course, I mean, we don't know the final outcome of what proof of stake is going to be for DeSo, but it does appear that's the direction they're going. Natter has said that it's going to be a state-of-the-art system, and he kind of hinted that it's going to be a new version of proof of stake that other blockchains might look at in the future. So we don't know all the answers. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but according to Paul Burke, Peter N says that it's going to be similar to Solana.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Like you said, like Natter says it's going to be a state-of-the-art type system. So maybe there's something we're missing. Maybe there's some other I guess, a variable that can be put into the picture so that maybe there won't be as much inflation. We don't know for sure. But regardless, if DeSo is a success, it's going to grow so rapidly over the next 10 years that a 1.5% inflation rate would be nothing in terms of putting downward pressure on price. So I don't know. I'm fine with that. Obviously, we don't want transaction fees to rise, and I'm sure Natter is not even considering doing anything that's going to substantially raise transaction fees because he's all about affordable transactions.
What are your thoughts, Dennis?
Yeah, the token economics are really interesting there. I would say that, yeah, I mean, that's a strategic advantage is the low cost of transactions on the DeSo blockchain. So I wouldn't think that would be where they would work. That's not where I think they would put their eggs in that basket. So yeah, it's going to have to be some way of either affecting the supply, or maybe, hey, all that DeSo that they've kind of got squirreled away, they'll just keep it hidden away and put it out in little chunks. I don't know how they'll do it, but yeah, I mean, 10.8 million coins isn't very many coins really when you think about the potential to get to billions of people, you know.
Yeah, the market cap's like 500 million right now. So I mean, market cap wise, we're not even close to some of these bigger projects out there. So anything can happen. It's going to be interesting to see exactly what they do with proof of stake. I'm definitely interested.
And I mean, anybody who has some DeSo right now, it's got to be good for them in the future. I mean, it can't possibly, you know, I can't imagine they would do anything to the token economics that would make them worth less.
Right. Well, you can always stake if they do have inflation, then you can stake against that inflation. So it could actually be a positive that makes people lock up their DeSo rather than maybe sell it.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of being proof of stake, I think, over proof of work in most aspects of that technology.
Yeah, I think so. And as well for the environment and all the other considerations, I think it's better as well.
Yes, for sure. So I think that's good. I think, you know, people are going to be able to say, okay, I'm going to hold my DeSo for a few years. Why not stake it and earn an additional 1.5% on it, or whatever the staking inflation rate is going to end up being. But also yesterday, Salil Sethi of Open Prosper put out a list of the top weekly earners. And we're actually at the top of the list because Natter actually bought some of our coin.
Yeah, so he put out the top 10 weekly earners. I'm guessing he's going to do something like this every week, which I'd like to see.
Well, it's available on the site. You can go to the site.
Okay, yeah.
And it's under the stats, and you can do it by 24 hours, by 7 days, or by 30 days.
Yeah, so I'll just run down the list of the top weekly earners. We were number one, 88 DeSo, thanks to Who Am I. Then below us was GDS Virtual Galleries at 64 DeSo. And then there was Gallimar, DeSomon, Tunnel Eros, Unicat, Darmesh, Cordify, Cloutpunk, and Nigel's Wallet. And congrats for earning a lot of DeSo this week.
Maybe you'll be on the list next week, Dennis.
Hey, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, we'll have to open up the founders reward. I'm not. It's actually closed right now, so.
Oh yeah.
I think you guys happened to squeeze in somehow. You got a penny's worth of our coin.
Did we?
I don't know how. Yeah, you're the only one. You guys are the only ones. I don't even know how you did it, but.
It might be valuable one day. That penny might go up to like $100.
Who the hell knows? Maybe it'll be worth $1 billion someday.
Then I guess so we buy like a penny. Like we either give like a big diamond reward, a bunch of diamonds to new people, or we just if they don't have posts, or they have really recent posts and we don't want to just make all this junk show up in the hot feed, we just buy like a penny of a bunch of new users' coin. So it's kind of like, hey, what's up? I'm welcoming you into the platform.
Well,
and I guess we did that to you back whenever
you're the only one on our cap table, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I follow ChainSurf and watch as all the new accounts drop their founder reward. It's pretty useful.
That's funny.
But yeah, so before we get to you, Dennis, and DeSo Nocode, there's two events happening today. Music Mondays with Miss Katie Ann and Michelle Lord at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Clubhouse. And then at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitter Spaces, the NFTs to Space with Chase Steely and Matreshka, among others, are going to be there talking about the project that's sending NFTs into outer space via the International Space Station. So definitely check that out. Twitter Spaces are cool because you see people that aren't into DeSo come into the rooms and kind of discover it. So definitely check out those 2 rooms today. And now we'll get to you, Dennis. You want to tell us a little bit about what you're doing with DeSo Nocode?
Yeah, so we've created what we call the DeSo Nocode Institute. And what we're doing is, what we've done actually is we've taken to heart that the real potential behind DeSo is to create lots and lots of applications and get lots of people building on top of the DeSo infrastructure on the platform. And although DeSo has got some really good advantages for making that easier, I mean, just the fact that it has these APIs is really awesome. I started noticing months ago that it's still, whenever you really want to start and build something, an application on DeSo, it still takes months. It's not like you can snap your finger and pull something out unless it's very, very similar. And that's kind of why a lot of the nodes are all very similar in, they're cosmetically different, but they all kind of do a lot of the similar stuff. And so we wanted to turn that around, and we wanted to make something really powerful, but that was really simple. And so what we did was we built on top of the Bubble platform, which Bubble is the #1 no-code platform in the world. We built a plugin and a series of templates that automatically talk to all of the functionality of the DeSo blockchain. And so now we can take the Bubble no-code platform and build DeSo applications really fast, really powerful. And yeah, we think that this is going to be probably the fastest onboarding way of getting new applications onto the DeSo blockchain. I don't know, I think we were just lucky we got here first, but we're doing some really, I think that people are going to be surprised when we start launching applications.
Wow, that's crazy. I think combined with what Natter is doing and pushing forward the smart contracts and making it easy for developers on Web 2 to develop on Web 3, combined with what you're doing, I think this is again, I think we're going to see a developer explosion. And I think that once developers start learning about how easy it is to develop with obviously your help, as well as what they're doing on the core level, I think we're going to see all kinds of awesome apps. I think we're going to see a lot of smart people come on board and start building.
Yeah, I mean,
so like from a business standpoint, like what's your plan? Like how are you going to move forward? Are you going to build your own apps? Are you going to help others build apps? Like what's the plan, I guess?
Yeah, we're doing both actually. We're working. We've already signed a first contract with a first client app that's asked us to build. It's going to be a really cool app. It's something completely out of left field for most people. That has nothing to do really with the crypto community at all. It's actually in the I'll just say it's in the high fashion industry for women's fashion.
Really? Wow.
And it's going to be the first, that'll be the first app for a client app that we're doing, but we're also launching a series of internal apps that we're going to be doing. We've got apps in the NFT space. We're going to be doing some messaging apps. We're going to be launching DAO coins after we can do that as well. I mean, part of what we've built is we can encapsulate all of this new functionality and really quickly put it into Bubble, and you can build anything you want there. I mean, it's literally, you can, graphically design your user interface, say, okay, I want to make a post. Well, here, that's the transaction. It's already done. And boom, the post goes out onto the DeSo blockchain. We're making user onboarding, which I always thought, getting onto DeSo, it's easier than doing something in OpenSea on Ethereum, but it's still, you have to be a crypto head. You have to understand crypto. Well, we're getting rid of that. We're going to sell NFTs for fiat as well as for DeSo. So you're going to be able to do both right from day one, simultaneously, auctions that are in dollars and DeSo at the same time. Lots of cool stuff that people haven't, that weren't possible because the pieces weren't there. And by using Bubble, we can do that. We can do all sorts of really fun stuff.
Yes, so you pretty much do anything without code, like build anything with DeSo.
Yes, exactly. You can, you can build anything you want and you don't have to even be a Web 2 coder. I mean, literally, our team are, but I mean, you can go in and literally in a week and a half, you and I could be building an app on DeSo with no coders.
Well,
you
that's
know,
crazy.
and launching it in production.
I think that's a good point that like you brought up the fashion app that you're working on a client with. Like, I think it's important that we get applications from outside the crypto space. And I think what you're doing with No-Code, that's going to attract people who want to develop that are outside of the crypto space. And I think that's going to help on board, because you're going to have people that are coming in that don't really have to understand crypto, who have all these great ideas, and their ideas are catering towards non-crypto people. So those apps are going to likely attract those non-crypto people.
Exactly. And if it's easy for them, and literally setting it up and getting your wallet is 3 clicks and boom, you're in. Oh, and by the way, you don't have to know what an exchange is. We're launching gift cards. So the gift card idea is that you're on our app, you buy a gift card for $100. You can store it, it's an NFT, you have it in your wallet, but whenever you want to redeem it, all you do is you hit redeem and it burns the NFT and gives you $100 worth of
Wow,
DeSo
that's
in your
such a
wallet.
good idea. I love that.
And we've done that. That's already, that'll be live in our first app. Our first app will go live probably early February, somewhere right around there. We were just got out of a dev meeting a little while ago. So yeah, we're doing gift cards. We're doing something else I think is really interesting, is topic pages as well.
Topic pages, can you explain that?
Well, a Facebook page. So one of the things that always, and I understand why it's hard on DeSo, but you can't have a page that's only about a conversational topic, because it's all on the, it all has to go through this huge fire hose of the blockchain. And there've been a couple of apps that kind of do it a little bit with hashtags, but it's really cumbersome. And the way we've done it, you can have a page on our site that's /Krasenstein, and all the posts about whatever that conversation is show up on that page, but they're stored on the blockchain. So anybody can comment on any other DeSo app on those posts, but the only ones you see on that page are, you know, the posts that are made on that page and the comments that have come in from other CTOs, from other places.
It's like the possibilities are so endless with what you're doing. I just want to ask, so say you know, I want to design an app and I come to you, I'm like, I want to use your software to design an app. Are you going to sell me a license for that? How's that going to work?
Yeah, we've got a couple of models here for this. So, I mean, the first step is go to DesoNoCode.com and just fill out the contact form, and we'll sit down and talk. And it could be a licensing fee. It could be a project we do together. It could be, you know, somewhere down the road. My idea for this whole thing is to create a sort of a fund that helps people build their DeSo applications using our technology and getting them out there fast, and just driving this, creating momentum. And outside of the crypto space, just literally try to get as many different types of interesting business models built and make it happen, make people want to come and use this technology.
Have you contacted the DeSo Foundation, the Octane Fund, to try and get funding from them? Or are you not?
So we've been in stealth mode, so we haven't talked about the no-code aspect really until now. We're launching today on your show, so you guys are the first ones in. You're the first ones that got into our creator coin. I don't know how, and this is the first place we talk about it. So, but yeah, I mean, if Nader's listening in, he should contact us, because we're hoping to bring thousands of DeSo users on board really quickly, and not people that are in the crypto space, grandmas and moms and uncles and, you know, cousins and whoever it is that's out there that wants something. My whole idea for business forever has been solve problems for real people, and the technology, it should just support that. It shouldn't be the other way around, you know.
I just think like this is like so much of Natter's vision, is that he's trying to make it easy via smart services, and then you're taking it even a step further, so you don't even need to be a Web 2 developer to really theoretically develop on this protocol. And I think that's powerful, and that's going to bring a lot of really innovative ideas to the blockchain. So that's really awesome. I'm glad somebody's doing this, and I hope they do reach out to you.
Yeah,
so
well, hey, I would love for that. Yeah, I think we're going to be doing some really some really cool stuff that people didn't realize that you could even do, because when you start mixing and matching, you know, on chain, off chain, and it all blends together in a seamless way, it's really, really slick.
So when these smart services come out, are they going to just be able to be integrated into these apps through your service?
Yeah,
Like instantly.
exactly.
So
That's
I,
exactly
I,
it.
I
We'll
assume there's
just
going to be like
incorporate
a
'em
big
into-
repository of smart services at some point, and you're using your app. You're going to be say, "Oh wow, that's a really cool smart service. I'm going to embed that into my app." Is that how it's
That's
going to
right.
work?
Yeah, exactly that way. We just build it into the plugin that we have, and boom, that smart service is now available, and you can call it from any bubble app that uses our technology.
That's
Sounds
incredible. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
really excited. This has me excited.
I know, like I'm really excited too. So I don't know if you know M. Van Halen. He's one of the teammates that does NFTZ with us. Before
Yeah, I've heard
NFTZ,
about him. Yeah,
before
yeah,
NFTZ, he actually created iGen Apps, which is essentially kind of like a bubble. And so he's very familiar with that no code stuff as well. So I think it's amazing. I think there's like the potential for this no code stuff on DeSo just makes it so much easier for people who aren't developers to develop. And I think that's a huge benefit.
and I think, if I'm not wrong, and you have to go to the Bubble website, but I think there's like 15 million Bubble developers already in the world.
Wow.
Wow.
You know, and there are people that build apps for all sorts of stuff, you know, just, you know, but why shouldn't they? Not only are they there, but if our plugin, our technology makes using the DeSo blockchain the easiest one to use, then why wouldn't they use ours instead of going to Ethereum or Solana and paying more and making it more expensive and more complicated and more difficult?
Yes. So before we let you go, I think number one, it's DesoNoCode.com. Is that the website?
That's the website. Yeah.
And so what can we expect from you guys over the next 6 months? Like what can we expect?
So, well, like I said, we'll be launching our first internal app early next month. So, I mean, it's getting really close. There's going to be another app coming out that we're working on probably about a month later. And then the fashion app is also, it'll be done by then, but I'm not sure when the customer wants to launch it. But that's going to be really exciting. They're going to be able to design their own clothes on the, you know, custom built women's fashion, and then storing them as NFTs and sharing them on your social media and doing some really cool stuff.
Very cool. That sounds amazing. But yeah, I think that's all we have for today. I think your project sounds amazing. I'm like blown away by the potential it has. So thanks for coming on. And, you know, once you start releasing some of these apps, feel free to reach out to us again and come on and to share some of the apps. Or if you have clients,
I'd love to. You bet.
Clients who
Yeah.
want to come on, feel free. Because I think this is amazing what you're doing. And I think it's just great for DeSo in general.
Awesome. Yeah, I'd love to be on a show them. They'll be showable soon.
Awesome. All right. Well, everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.